Hey, Renegade Nation, welcome in. Happy. One of these days, I'm going to learn you need to check the volume up there. I apologize. I hope everybody had an amazing weekend. I had a lot of fun. Father-in-law took me and Mama out for Texas Roadhouse for our 29th wedding anniversary on Saturday. So we had a good time there, and then we just kind of lounged last night and watched TV. Just enjoyed hanging out and what have you. Just had a good time. But I hope everybody had an amazing weekend, amazing Valentine's Day. I know there were a lot of anniversaries out there this weekend. I don't believe we don't have any birthdays or anything today, but we do tomorrow. Guys, I'm on Livingston tonight. We're in corn harvest. The cornfield at Dad's house I've got done. I opened up the field back the lane and the field beside the house. Have not touched that south farm yet. We're going to start in on corn, but at some point I'm going to have to switch over and get weed in the ground. I have to get that done this month. Now, being I'm not 100% sure how this is going to work out in this map, I hate to put a bunch of weed out and end up getting my butt handed to me. So I'm probably for this first year just put maybe 2 fields out just to try it, just to see. But I want to make sure that I don't get owned by doing this. Frank Daniel Whirlwind, welcome in. Thank you, Whirlwind. I appreciate that. Red, welcome in. Guys, with that being said, let's get down to the red dream. So you guys can see me and I can't. There we go. What I was doing, this guy here is almost full. I'm going to get him ran down, get him dumped. I did just finish the field there at Dad's house. I was in a rush to try to get this done before I went live, and I just ran out of time. Anyhow, I still have the tractor and the grain cart down there, so I'm going to have to get it down here real quick, get it emptied. And we're going to start shelling corn back there. Bradshaw, how are you doing? BMAC, welcome in. I was going to jump in chat, but the guy's in second gear and they're live. And it's like, I won't go to channel 1 and 3. Them channels are haunted. You guys think we joked around about being superstitious on Friday the 13th? I won't go to channels 1 and 3. So I just stayed out of chat. I'm bad. John, how are you doing? And hopefully these dogs quit their, I don't know what they're on a kick on. They're barking at ghosts. Mama's not here right now. She's up with the grandkids. And I think she's spending the night up there. She'll be back tomorrow. This here is how you open a field up. I basically took the end rows off this end and that end. A lot of time growers will do that. That'll clear them end rows out. And maybe it does. It opens the rows up to catch a little more wind. Helps with dry down. If you get into a situation where you got some wet corn, anything like that, it helps with that tremendously. So that's what I did. I opened the field we're at now, plus that one there. They're opened up and ready to rock and roll. Morning, Klein. How are you doing? Thank you, Frank. I appreciate that. Yeah, I didn't say anything about ghosts. I said they're haunted. I didn't say there were ghosts in the room. Don't put words in my mouth. I said they were haunted. First gear and third gear is haunted. We do need to let people know how to make your own going live channel. And it don't bug me that they're in there. I would just hate to have a knucklehead come in and start verbally going off and somebody being live and them not being able to get it muted fast enough. That'd be my only fear. Morning, Graham. How are you doing? Graham, we're just harvesting juice. Just get it out there right now. We're juice harvesting tonight. Aaron, how are you doing? Doing not too bad. Heading to work soon. Klein, I have a dumb question. And this is probably something you could look at through the week. Just look at it to see what you think. So there's a script mod called Yield fluctuation. Yield fluctuation. And it basically just takes the yield and it fluctuates it from this percent to this percent of what it would normally be. Now, what I've noticed is it's almost like the fluctuation. It's almost like they chose corn as the yield. And even when you're harvesting beans, you're fluctuating on a corn yield, not a bean yield. It's like it's all off of corn. You know, the 140 bushel an acre wheat we had in here was definitely not what we wanted. So I don't know if that's something that has different crops in it, or different crops can be put in it to make it work properly, because what it's doing right now is not proper by any means. Juice has the juice. I want some corn squeezins. I didn't say nothing about no corn squeezins. So you're harvesting. I didn't say a thing about cream corn. You guys are real good with making words up. Still trying to kick that sickness. Are you feeling any better at all, Aaron? Cindy, how are you doing? But here you go. So I've got the end rows peeled off this end here. And then I've got the end rows peeled off that end there. And my guess is when we get in this field, we'll be able to make one round and dump. So I don't know. Be nice to get Dad running and be able to run a grain cart and just keep the combine moving, but we'll see what happens. I wouldn't know where to even begin looking, Klein, but I would think if it's set up where you could do it as a crop in there, I would think you could put 3 different ones in there and do something which would be, if it is soybeans, you're on this one. If it is corn, you're on this one. Because it's almost like it gives you a starting number. And with that starting number, you end up, I don't know how to explain it. With that starting number, that's the yield you start with, and then it adjusts it from there. And that's not how, that's not how it would work. I mean, the corn yields I've been happy with. They're realistic. Little bit better, that's a start. No, I didn't want to park him right there. NF, how are you doing? Welcome in. Could also be that it's working how it should and the map is off itself. No, I don't think that's the case, Klein, because when we did it on Ray County, it did the same thing there. Beans and corn were way off. So it's saying right now, this field here so far has been going 207 bushel an acre. And I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that. Especially since what we've done is the end rows. This first pass here is going to be interesting. Try not to get into any trees, but try to get everything. If I fall behind a minute on chat, I apologize. I'll get caught up as quick as I can. Mr. Henry, this evening for... Oh, good deal. Oh, does this button work or not? It does. Guys, I was so... Dang it. I was so excited. I got turned the game down some so I can get up here nice and neat and close. I was so excited because we not only broke 1,300, but we actually... How did I hit something there? But we actually got up to 1,302, and I checked before we started today, and holy crap, I made someone mad again. We're back down to 1,300. But guys, if you don't mind, huge favor, hit that thumbs up. We try to do 50 per stream. All it does is it helps the stream, helps the video out. And if you're not a subscriber, consider hitting that subscribe button. It does not cost you a penny, just helps us with the growth of the channel. We're simply pushing to try to get to the 1,500 mark. I'm going to say Logitech flying red because I like Logitech. I love the G29. I've had a lot of good luck with it. John, how are you doing? Hey Frank, we're not at 1,500 there, buddy. We're not at 1,500. How do I want to do this? Let's get on the rows. The 8 rows I want. 6.3 is working width. See, an enhanced vehicle, I cannot change my width. Oh, yes, I can. Yes, I can. I remember how to do it now. Tracks only. 3-1. Okay. And it is control minus. Control minus. Wow. They're going to stop this. There we go. Is it good to have? Is it good for me to have? No, that's not good. That's not good. In today's day and age, on my IRL farm, my dry average, now I haven't had corn the last 2 years, but you go back for say 10 years of corn on the farm, I'm over 200 bushel an acre dry. Dang it, my phone messed up. Sure it did. Well, I know it changes each day. Why wouldn't it work in multiplayer? It's changing something. I just don't understand what it's changing. Hey Max, how are you doing? Mama A, welcome in. Big T Bell, welcome in. Mr. Henderson with the $1.20. That was so close with the $1.25. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I really, really appreciate that. Much, much love. From the script. See, it did it again. Why shouldn't it work in multiplayer? What is it that's going on that won't let it work? The reason I'm asking is we've used it in Ray County multiplayer and it seems to work over there. Cowboy Mikes, how are you doing? Oh, I appreciate that. Simple B, how are you doing? I may have foobarred there. I may not make it back to the front. Huh. Well, damn. Big Farmer switched a couple over to make them where they would play on multiplayer. I wonder if this is one that he's able to switch over. He switched over Follow Me, and one other one. I didn't watch racing, Cowboy Mike's. No offense, I'm not real big into racing, bud. Oh wait, it does. I see it now. You got your glasses on there, Jedi? Get your glasses on there, buddy. Come on, you got this. I don't have it yet. He was finishing it up at the end of stream on Friday. He was doing that one and one more, B-Mac. The way it was explained to me, there's something that you put in and it'll make it work on multiplayer. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Lost all hearing in my left ear, so now doctor want me to do. No, Big. I would trust me. Take care of that first, 100%. IRL always takes precedence over anything in here. I mean, we'll be farming away like no other and not worry about it. But yes, take care of that first, please, please. Derek Kid, how are you doing? I had, now Big, this is going to sound dumb, but I had a stream injury one time where I had settings set wrong. A jump scare happened and I couldn't hear anything out of my right ear. It was just like a ringing sound. And I ended up, I went to ER that night and they ran all kinds of tests and all kinds of stuff. Hell, I thought I lost my hearing in my right ear. Streaming injury. And you guys don't realize Laura felt so bad. And I said, Laura, it wasn't, you got to understand, it was not your fault. It was 100% my fault, not yours. Don't blame yourself. But she felt so bad because of that. I'm okay. That's better than feeling horrible, Dairy Kid. This field isn't all that big. See, and now we're in the 250s as we get to the center of the field. So it's got us in the, what I would call the better half. I would almost like to look into this Lewis script and get it where corn top yield is 275 and bottom yield's 150. Get beans where the bottom is 30 and the top is 85. We are going to stop. I'm going out there with a water bottle next, and Gibbs going to start getting wet if he keeps this up. That or this room's going to get real hot because we're going to be in this room. So my left ear is swollen all the way shut. So yeah, my sister messed up. No, you need, if you haven't already been to the doctor, you need to go to the doctor. That's all? You just want $1 million, that's it? Well, let me write a check. I got a check, I can cover that. Anybody that planted sunflowers would be insane, Cowboy Mike's. Get it right there, buddy. Oh, they got you going to an ENT specialist. That's where they referred me to also when that happened. And I got to where I was able to hear and feeling better and what have you, and I went forward. John, I've only been live for like 20 minutes. How can you say I'm doing a good job? I could total the combine out right now. No, you don't understand. You don't understand. You don't know where I'm at. So you can't cache it near me. And this is going to be a starter check. And the city's going to say Juneau, Alaska. So now what you going to do? What you going to do? Well, what I'm going to have to do here is I'm going to have to get the grain cart and get it in here. Because I can't make 2 rounds. So you know, it went too fast, Brady. It went too fast, buddy. It's almost like 3 passes does it. Debating what I'm going to do here. How's my IP going to be on a check, Brian? Why is that, Klein? How do you know I'm not using a VPN and it's totally hidden? You have no clue where it's coming from. Bingo, I actually took another nap. Had 2 today. We were supposed to have a stream team meeting. It was supposed to start at noon. I wasn't feeling real good this morning, so I laid down and blew right by noon. Screwed that all up. Exactly, fan. 22 a.m. this night, Monday, starting after 8 p.m. with an oversized load. I thought about everything you hauled was oversized, Klein. What's different? I'm going to be dead honest, Fingo. I've got a doctor's appointment. I'm actually going to look because I don't think it's this week. The 24th, next Tuesday, I've got a doctor's appointment, and we're going to ask her if this doesn't stop by then, what's going on? Because I shouldn't want to take naps like this. I mean, I'm talking sleep 6 hours at night and then take another 6 hours of naps every day. And that's getting old. So, you know. Yeah, I know. That's one of the rules of ATS, Klein. Jared, how are you doing? You think you remember me saying I don't know how to set up a VPN? Well, how would I know what a VPN is then, Try Guy? How would I know? So I installed a Denby, Nebraska 1X map down. Like feels really big, and I know equipment I should use to maybe do the meeting equipment. I have no idea what I should do. I think you should run like a Farm All M and a John Deere A with 3-meter plows and go to town, Brady. Go to town. Make sure to invite Fingo in while you're plowing so that because he loves to watch people plow. He loves to watch people plow. I ain't got Google up. I got YouTube up there. I got OBS here. I'm playing a game, and I got Discord, and I've got Stream Deck. I don't have Google up. James Uthro, hashtag Team Austin. How are you doing? Exactly, Graham. Well, the only thing he seen me do for 2 weeks was plow BMAC. It was funny. It was funny, and that's, you know, we had fun with it. I come across, it was not a month, Fingo. I come across, a map that I had snapped a picture of, and I'm thinking it was in Nebraska, and it wasn't that. It was a 4X map, and I don't know if it actually ever came out or if it didn't come out. I'm not sure. You know, I'd love to give Stitzer a shot. No Creek, I think, is right around the corner, but I mean, how long? This map here's got some issues, and I can move the equipment right over to another map pretty easy. I just need the map. I can't find a map I like for this. You know how wide your Great Plains precision drill is? My load will be 1.5 feet smaller than it, so legal limit's 102. But Klein, so my Great Plains drill is just over 16 foot wide by the time you get to markers and that in, but I think you're accounting for the 15. And without doing math in my head, you know, 10 foot be 120 and 5 be 60. That'd be 180 inches. I'd have to do math in my head. No problem at all, James. Vix, how are you doing? I think I said hello, but I'm not sure, so I'm going to say it again. Tonight, I actually have had supper. We were having, I think we had the conversation in here, but we had a conversation about Bar S hot dogs. I said I grabbed them, just they're so daggone cheap, because we were kind of talking some about Nathan's. And I said, I've been just getting the Bar S. They're cheap as all get out, and I'm fine with them. And someone told me to try the Bar S sausage. They've got smoked sausage and they got Polish sausage, and I think I got the smoked. So I did some of the Bar S smoked sausage tonight. That was supper for me. And it's pretty good. It's pretty good. But, Talk, how are you doing? Welcome in. I did that, and it was interesting. I fed them before I came in here. Mine was in the microwave. And so they got their cut up turkey, and then they got some kibble on top of it. So I got in here and I found it kind of funny that the very first person in here was Ziva. And I thought, what the world? Ziva went through her bowl out there and sorted out, ate all the turkey, very little of the kibble, and then come in here and was begging for sausage. Uh-huh. I really like equipment that you're running on this mouse. Kind of want to do the same in all case and see what I can do. So Brady, the whole idea of this farm, I've got the John Deere Dream Farm, which truly is a dream farm for me. And you always get that, hey, you know, the grass is greener on the other side. And I kind of went with, you know, the grass is greener on the other side. I'd like to have a red dream farm also. That's where this one here came about. So this is, you know, if I was running all Case IH, this is the direction I'd go. I'm really going to flip you out when I take the next step and actually get bigger. And this is going to be a rough map to get a lot bigger on. playing the fields, this map's actually playing a little bigger than it looks. I will give it that. Well, right now it's got me running 255, 260. So it's come up. It's got better back here. I don't remember what I had there at the field beside Dad's, but it wasn't good. It was in the orange. We ought to take a bet of when Mary will make it out of bed and in here. Or did Mary say she had something today with her dad? I don't remember. I do not remember. I almost want to finish with the field right there beside the house. We get done here, I'd rather go down south. Based on game time, I don't know. I mean, I can shell corn tomorrow. If it rains, I can push corn into November. But I can't plant wheat, I don't believe, because for me to have double crop beans on this map, I had to turn seasons off. So I've got seasons turned off so that I can double crop beans. I just have to not cheat and only plant at the right times. Squid, how are you doing, bud? I question if I don't have... I had Ozark Law on TV out there, and I'm going to be real honest. I'm questioning if they're not in there with a bunch of canines doing something. We may have to change the channel on them, give them something different to watch. Who's this Blue Dog guy? I think I've heard of him. Enjoyable. Ate it all, Brady. Fulfilling. It was good. Brax, how are you doing, bud? Now, I'm not 100% sure we're going to catch all this. That's... Oh, be golly darn we are. We got a pretty good chunk of this field done already. Good deal, Brax. Same thing here, James. And I still think it's funny when you go in there and you order a cowboy cut sirloin. And now this time, the waiter we had, he looked at me funny and never said a word. Then the manager come over and she said, I just want to verify this. You did want the 16-ounce sirloin, right? Yeah, that's what the cowboy cut is. And the manager said, well, we haven't called it that in a while. And I said, I know, but I said, I'm still stuck on it, so I haven't changed. I said, I can tell every time whether the waiter or waitress has been here a while, depending on how they look at me when I order a cowboy cut sirloin. I mean, all that is a 16-ounce sirloin. Nothing crazy. I'm not real sure why I shut the combine off there. For some reason, I thought I was dumping, and I'm not even close to dumping there. What'd everybody else have for their Valentine's Day dinner? A rookie mistake. I just checking the quality control of the on-off button, Blue Dog. I was just making sure it worked. Was no mistake. Outback steak and shrimp. Our local Outback, I had an issue with quite a while ago. I think my daughter, it was like her 13th or 14th birthday, and had a bad issue with them, said I'd never go back. Well, I ain't got to worry about it now. They went out of business. They're gone. Had a sandwich from a truck stop. Had sleep medication for Valentine's Day. A Pizza Hot Pocket. Tube feeding. So it sounds like I had the best lunch of all. You ate something on that day. Come on now, Jay. Hey, yo. Mac Power, how are you doing? Hey, you know what, Aaron? I like Fazoli's. We had one in the town north of us that we do tend to go to for groceries and stuff like that, and they closed. There is one in Lima. It's not a good one in my eyes. We try not to go there. We try to go to the one that's in the town south of us, but hell, that's 35 mile. But we both enjoy Fazoli's. Chicken critter ribs, and she had the chicken critter salad. Oh, I screwed up. Mommy had steak, double baked potato, green beans. I did my sleep study. Gotcha. We had a... See, this is just going to set right here for right now. We had a nephew and his wife went with us. And you know, as father-in-law bought, she got steak and shrimp. He got steak and I think the chicken critters, as you called them, James. Neither one of them touched their steak. They didn't touch their sides. She ate the shrimp, he ate the chicken critters, and they took everything else home. And father-in-law was pissed. He said, I wasn't trying to buy lunch for, you know, for the next week. We were buying dinner to eat here tonight. I wasn't buying stuff for you to take home. And yeah, he was not a happy camper. I was like, ooh. Yep. How many people in here has been to Texas Roadhouse? I mean, I'm sure the answer is most of us, but just asking. I have once, waiting to again, me. So here's a question. So when you get a basket of them rolls that are very good, and there's 4 rolls to a basket normally, and they give you a tub of butter, is it proper for the first person that gets in and gets their roll to grab the entire tub of butter and just start dipping their roll in the butter and eat the entire tub of butter? Is that proper? You get more baskets and more honey cinnamon butter. No, it's not polite. Hold on, guys. There we go. Hopefully we're back on track. Now we'll probably be off on the other daggone side. I didn't miss anything. A niece grabbed the basket, took a roll, and took the entire... Yeah, my first roll, I had no butter on. She ate the whole damn thing of butter. Dipping, you know, dipping her bread in the butter, taking a bite, then dipping it back in the butter, double dipping in the butter. And I thought, what the heck? No, there wasn't 4 tubs. Mac Power, there was one tub. Well, Aaron, I have, you know, where we've ordered a second basket and they've showed up and brought that second basket and we still have butter from the first one or what have you. Yeah, I've done it, but not when that first basket comes out, you know. And I told my wife, I said I would, yeah, well, we ain't got a choice here, guys. We're going to have a row of shame. There ain't anything I can do about it. To get back on track, we got to do this, because I'm not going to readjust it every pass we go through. You know, I said we need to start taking her out some and teach a little bit of etiquette, because, you know, I kind of jokingly said something about it, and she laughed about it. She thought I was teasing. She thought I was, yeah, I have seen the double dip chip, but, you know, 13, 14. If she goes out on a date and does something like that, I'm going to be real honest with you. Somebody's not going to be real happy. You know, fortunately, she was there with family and what have you. I'd have liked to have butter on that roll, but I'll live without it. Not on ours. They always give us one, Aaron. They always give us one. And then the nephew's wife said, well, yeah, if we ask for this here, they'll bring it to us. You know, a whole big tub of butter. No, they may bring us a cup that's got 2 slabs in it, but they're not going to bring you. She was saying they were going to bring a thing of butter like this out. No, they ain't. They are not. They, we got a bloomin' onion and double dipping in it too. You know, the bloomin' onion come to me and I did. I grabbed some bloomin' onion and I put it on my plate. I actually used my fork, took it off, put it on my plate. And I said, is anyone else going to eat this? Because normally, me, my wife, father-in-law, what have you, no one else will eat that horseradish dip but me. And of course they said, oh yeah. So I took it and I poured some on my plate and then I put it back in there. I was the only one that did that. Everybody else just grabbed and dipped and double dipped. And man, I mean, I understand we're family, but Jesus criminy, I've been sick. Do you really want me double dipping in that thing? Given what I've got to you guys, I'm pretty sure you don't. I want to make sure that both of these wagons are full. That's what I was wondering. Yeah, we're not even, are we full on the front one? Front one is full. Let's get the back one full. Would have been nice about it, but firm. I was nice, almost a joking way, B-Mac. No, I like, so for me, I like that horseradish sauce. And it was kind of funny. The nephew's like, there ain't nothing to that. There ain't nothing to that. Well, this is the same nephew that I convinced to do the pickleball challenge. And he got sick. It got him. But anyhow, I said, you're so, since you like it so much, you know, it don't affect you at all. I said, just grab a big old spoonful. And he looks right at me. You do it first. I said, so if I do it, you'll do it. He's like, yep. You don't do that to me. You don't do that to me. Boy, I went over there and grabbed a big old spoonful of that and down it went. Yeah, it's got a little bite to it. My God, it ain't gonna kill you. And he's looking at me like, oh crap. Yeah, oh crap's right. Your turn. Get a clean fork and get in there, buddy. Get at it. Yeah, Aaron, ours in Findlay and ours in Lima, they only give you one, you know, when you get a roll or a basket. Well, I think a lot of this may be the waiter or waitress you have. This is getting ridiculous. Hey, did I turn? I did, didn't I? See if that solves my problem. Schwoke, how are you doing? Oh, Jared, I got one for you here. Guess he learned not to challenge you. Well, he should have known that from that hot pickle challenge, or sour pickle challenge. No, sour ball challenge. Because that hurt him. That hurt him and hurt him bad. Why is that, John? Retiring or? Yeah, Jared, let me get turned around, go the other way here real quick, and I'm going to go to a big head screen. I screwed up over there and hit the wrong button, and I got this all jacked up. We may be back on track now, guys. Okay, okay, I got a second. Here comes Big Head. Big Head. S&B wasabi. Prepared wasabi in a tube. I have not opened it yet because I'm wanting to do this somehow for a challenge. You can get it right off of Amazon, and I truthfully, you can't even open it up to smell it because it's got that little silver cap on it. And I don't want to open it until it happens, just in case it's a year from now when it finally happens. Oh, good. But I'm interested to know, from what I've read on that stuff there bites and bites hard. I did a longer stream, and if we hit a certain goal, I was going to eat a mayonnaise wasabi sandwich. And I was trying to pump and prepare and get ready, and we didn't get there. So I lived with it. I was okay. Steve, how are you doing? Steve, I see there's a lot of Disney TikToks hitting right now. Back in the day, Klein, I used to eat wasabi beans, and they weren't that bad. But I'm not gonna. Wasabi burns me up here in the sinuses. It doesn't burn my tongue and mouth. It burns up here to the point I start crying. So I didn't know what to expect with that tube. I had no clue. We had a great time, Steve. And to anyone else in here, guys, Big T Bell, his anniversary was also yesterday. So was Laura Barbours. I have not seen Laura yet. But we did see Big T Bell, so happy anniversary to both those guys, too. Some videos I had from November, got you. Trying stuff out since no, I got you. I myself do too, Steve, and a lot of people just, yeah, no, not for me. I do think there's too many people there, but they've just got some attractions there that I really like. Love the Hall of Presidents, love the Carousel of Time, you know, the old people stuff. Imagine that. I like that. Smethwick, how are you doing? Welcome in. If I remember right, Smethwick, you guys took kind of a day of rest today, I think. Isaac John, welcome in. Nah, it wouldn't be a nice hotel. They just park. Drove today. Okay, rest tomorrow. Today, did you make it to the town you were trying to make it to? I do remember what town you told me you would make it to. It was very good. It was very interesting, Steve. We had a long conversation about how some family acted there. Improper for a restaurant, but I'm not going to get back into all that again. Hop tide tonight. Yes, we made it. Gotcha. Gotcha, John. Finally, after dealing with good old Spectrum. Oh, you gotta love good old Spectrum. Come on now, Laura, you love them. Again, happy anniversary, Laura. Good deal, Isaac. Good deal. You're gonna love it. We've got one, you know, the town northeast, southwest of us, every town around us, but you know, we're driving 20 miles to get to it, Steve. Which might be a good thing, because if it was just like uptown, we would end up there a lot more than what we should, and we'd end up bankrupt. We'd run. Is it bad when you run a tab at Texas Roadhouse? Check comes in and you just automatically take half the check and give it to Texas Roadhouse? That don't sound like a good thing. Should be in the Big Easy by Tuesday. I saw, how was the special treatment today? Schwoke, I got reason to believe you're not talking to me. Okay. Because I'm scratching my head going, what the Sam Hill are you talking about? Schwoke's been in the fireball already. I had something on the tip of my tongue. Don't remember what it was. Yeah, we're peeling this field off. Doing well on it. It's about 2 o'clock. Wonder if we get this field here finished off and get everything moved to that south farm. But before we start shelling corn down there, maybe get the wheat planted. Because I do not want to run out of time on getting the wheat planted. That'll be bad. Got to figure out what fields we want the wheat in. It's going to have to be bean fields. Maybe go, maybe go clear back the lane to field 41. And then possibly 24 right across the road. Put wheat in those two fields there. How often do they do that, Steve? Every 10 or 20 years? Yeah, I have no clue. Batman, welcome in, Mr. Barley. Gotcha. It's an expensive paint job, Steve. I guarantee you that. Guarantee you that. Do you know the daily cost fireworks at night? Might cost them $100,000. Man, Steve, I can't believe it's that expensive. That's I see fireworks shows that go off here that are twice what they do down there, and they don't cost that much. I mean, it definitely could be. That just sounds really, really expensive. Yeah, I'm talking 4th of July here that goes on for a half an hour. If it's $100,000 a day, man, I know Disney's making money hand over fist. I mean, we all know that. Chris, how are you doing? I don't even know what a ticket at Disney costs anymore. Mama and I, the last time we went down there, I don't know. You know what? I'm going to end up full. I don't know that I got enough wagon space down here to hold this whole field. $200 for one ticket? Wow. You know, when I was a kid, I liked the parade. As I got older, I wasn't as much into the parade. But now as I get older yet, the parade's pretty cool. You know, it's funny how things change. Well, we do. I'll tell you this, Steve. The last time me and Mama went, we were there for 5 days on Park Hopper, so we could go anywhere we wanted for 5 days, and it definitely was not $200 per person per day, guaranteed. Guaranteed. We went through AAA because her dad's a member of AAA. I mean, Mama and I paid for it. It was our vacation. But we went through AAA and did the same, which is what you're saying right there. But yeah, it was. Now, also, Steve, remember, we haven't been down there in quite a few years. So the price could be substantially higher than the last time we went. Are you joking? Are you joking? I say your butt better get them. We're going to get over here and get into this smaller stuff. Big part of this field's knocked out. That almost looks like one corn stalk over there. You guys see that? That one corn stalk. It's sitting over there just making fun of me. There's a deer by it. I left one stalk up, and that deer's over there eating that daggone ear. I did, B-Mac. I left it for the deer. Gave the deer its shot. It ain't ate it yet. So we come back to get it. Oh, wow. We hit it with the combine. It said there's more than one there. Hey! A deer ran into the combine. Kamikaze deer. No, kamikaze deer is not the best kind. That causes significant damage to your vehicle. Too bad you can't hit it in game. My God, it would be damage. I wouldn't want to hit it in game. Steve, that cost me money. I know it says I got $1.4 million. I've also got a $5 million loan out. I'm in the hole pretty bad here. Never argue about some venison. Never at all, B-Mac. Haven't had venison in a while. Kind of thought when son-in-law and daughter got a couple of them last year, I figured maybe that they'd say, hey, you know, here's some venison, be it steaks, ground, whatever. Truthfully, it does not matter to me. I figured they'd offer something since I bought the freezer. Nope. They ate it all. I'm going to check a weekend trying to get some dashboard on my and data transfer Wi-Fi only. It's been so long since I've used it, B-Mac, I'm of no help. John, now I know you're drunk. Now I know you're drunk. Actually, John, I haven't said I'm doing ATS tonight. For all you know, we're just going to shell corn all night. Yeah, we're doing ATS tonight. In order to use pre-made, back in the day, B-Mac, when I did use it, I didn't have to buy nothing. There were all kind of templates that were made up by other members, and I could use any of them, and they were all free of charge. I don't know if Wookie's here, but Wookie can walk you right through that. I mean, right through that. He's not paying for any of his. Apparently, Frank and John are drinking together tonight. It may be a change. Like I said, B-Mac, I haven't used that software in quite a while. So it may be just something that's changed within it. But I can tell you, back in the day, I didn't have to do any of that. I had a screen for the combine, a screen if I was running the planter, a screen for the cultivator, a screen for the chisel. You know, each piece of equipment on the farm, I had a different screen for it. So I just swipe to what I was on and then use it. The problem I had is my holder here that I was trying to set here and hold it up, too much stuff in the way. Here we go again. No, I understand 100%, B-Mac. Why would I want to do that, Steve? Been trying to add more cars and buses. I have enough of a rough time keeping my semi straight, let alone to add other stuff like that to it. My God, I'd be nothing but a disaster. The what? DoorDash simulators? So you can go in and pretend? You got to be joking. This is absolutely asinine. We're going to solve this problem right now. I'm done screwing around with this. So you could go in and pretend to be Josh and not deliver my Jimmy Johns to me. You could do that as a game. Is there a garbage man simulator? You know, you actually go out and you have to get contracts with people and take over have actual routes and after your truck's filled, you have to run it to the dump to empty it. And I'll be dang, who was it right? Who was it right? Mama A, you won. You were closest to Mary's arrival time. Mary fresh out of bed. 8:13, guys. 8:13. Mama A wins it tonight. Yeah, you was. Yeah, you was. No, actually, Mary, I thought you were doing something with your dad today. But stream time BMAC is 8:13. 8:13 stream time. Gotcha. Mary, I got 2 dogs behind me and they're not sick. They're fine. So you know something we don't? Walmart simulators and people actually come in and shop in their pajamas and you're a greeter that welcome to Walmart, get your shit and get out of here. Yep, gonna happen here too. Darn it. Oh well, is what it is. I try to look more, I think that's supposed to be normal. Yeah, Red, in all honesty, I use a Logitech G29. I've had really good luck with it. I really, really have. Well, I guess you could put crap on your shoulders and you know, across your, you know, morel mushroom. And you know. Holy crap, screen door in the house. Was I on Twitch? What do you think my name was on Twitch, sir? Yes, sir, I'm not gonna, I was gonna tease and mess, but yes, I'm still on Twitch. I haven't changed. Got the shifter for free. Good deal, Red. Like Spike Time, guys, if you haven't yet, huge favor. Hit that thumbs up. Our goal is to hit 50 every night, every stream in here. And if you're not a subscriber, it doesn't cost you a penny to do it. All it does is helps with the growth of the channel. Please consider hitting that subscribe button. Help us get to that 1,500, our next goal. I watched you years ago on Twitch. What's your Twitch name? If you don't mind me asking. The same name? Sir 243. I'll be real honest, I do not remember that one. Might have been on there 3 or 4 times, though he's still a rookie streamer. Yeah, actually next month we have our 6-year anniversary over on Twitch. We're going to do a 24-hour stream. We do have something coming up in March, and I forgot to check that. So I need to double check that before I, you know, make that jump. Big, did you get what I sent you? Yes, I just saw him. Thanks. I knew you wanted the one. You asked for it, but I figured you'd enjoy the other I sent you. And I just thought, hey, if you didn't have interest, no big deal. You know, set them aside. It's been almost 5 years already since streamer rated you and found you. Steve, who, do you remember who it was that rated? I would be interested to know. There are so many of you guys that I have known 4 or 5 plus years. And it's just so awesome. Night Cop. You come in on a Night Cop raid. I have not seen Night Cop in a while. I really like Night Cop. Him and I talked one night, and I told him, I said, dude, people love your content, but you get right on the edge where you kind of cross the line from time to time on political. And I said, it's going to bite you. You know, I suggested maybe he back off of that a little bit, because I definitely didn't want to see him in trouble. And I don't know if that's what caused his issues with Twitch or not. I'm not real sure. I found you off Red Dirt. I've never been in Red Dirt, Brady. Oh, I got no problem with that at all, Steve. Yep, I like Night Cop. He's a good guy. Brady, you mean Jimmy? Yeah, see, I've never played in Red Dirt. Ha, ha, ha. Oh, it's okay, Screen Door. Yeah, we took a vote while you were gone, Mary. Your nickname tonight is Screen Door. He got banned for life on Twitch. He's talked about it a lot. Really? Drank too much water while I was out. Followed from Big Guy. Schwoke, I knew that's where you had originated from. I was kicking and streaming. Brady dragged me in here. I was kicking and streaming. I don't want to see this guy. Now Night Cop is on the green app. Wow. Wow. I don't know, but I think maybe Frank needs to go to the corner. I think I can get all this in one pass and we'll have this field done. Who said something on his stream? You have got to be shitting me. That daggone close. We're doing good, Lane. How are you doing? Frank is being good? He just said leave Mary alone, asshat. What do you mean he's being good? They've been outside. They had their supper. They had a treat. I'm like that weird smell in the house. Just keep shut up. Stop it. Stop it. I don't like getting weird smells in the house, did I? Kind of scare me. Oh, excuse me. Meg, how are you doing? Welcome in. Yeah, I got most of what I wanted done today done. Most of the work list. I had a few things I did not get accomplished. Gives me a start on the work list for tomorrow. That would be normal, Mary, and as of now, I haven't decided to say we're going to cancel it, so as of now, I would assume yes. No, Lane, guy down the road had it out in his front yard, and you know, so we went down there last night and we just stole it right out of his front yard. He hadn't caught it yet because we keep it clear back here, back the lane, so he don't see it. Yeah, police are all over out here looking for it, but we keep it hidden so he doesn't realize that, you know. That's what happens when you have Brady come over on the farm. You know, we told him we kind of liked the truck, but we didn't mean for him to go down and steal the damn thing. You know, but it is what it is. Never up for ATSG. Look some of it, and it looks like chaos. It is total chaos, Steve. Total chaos. Hope you already did not get this done today. My back really hurting. Now, I'll be honest, I did, Mig. I got, you know, like dishes are all done, trash all gathered and around front. I had some computer work I had to get done. We were supposed to have a stream team meeting, was going to start today at noon and go till 4, but people just kind of come and go as they're able to. And yeah, I showed up at 1:30. I overslept, wasn't feeling good, lay down for a nap, and blew right through noon. But, you know, yeah, you don't know the cops on this map, Lane, so I got it made. No, you ain't, Brady. No, you ain't. We've already got it on the farm. We got corn down here in the south field. I don't know if I can peel all of the end rows off on this end or not. We'll give her a heck of a shot. You had a nice treat yesterday, I heard. What are you talking about, Mary? Welcome in, Faber. Father-in-law did take us to Texas Roadhouse. No, Mama was going to make peanut butter Rice Krispie treats, B-Mac. The Rice Krispies, the peanut butter, the marshmallows, everything's sitting out there on the counter, and it's been there for 3 weeks. But I'm not, guys, don't get me wrong, I'm not bashing her. She's had a lot of stuff going on. She's had a lot of stuff going on, so I'm not bashing her in any way. I don't think she follows, watches, or anything over here, so I think I'm safe saying that without getting in trouble, but you ain't figured it out. BMAC, when you get into them, you don't check your glucose level. You know, I can't believe that the ramen noodles that I'm eating, I generally do ramen noodles for breakfast / lunch every day. And I can't believe that's leading to me feeling as tired as I am, but they will order some blood tests, I guarantee you that. On and off, Lane. Yeah, it's sugar-free and it's packed with protein. B-Mac, you need to eat some of mine. You didn't see my Little Debbie's? Hold on. Sugar-free and 20 grams of protein in a Little Debbie. Can't beat it. Can't beat it. Tastes like chocolate and peanut butter with a wafer in there. Yeah. No, they're definitely not good for me, Steve. I am so do I eat some things that I probably shouldn't, you know, with sugar, with the A1C and all? Yes, I do. 100% do. But I'm gonna be dead honest. Right now my A1C is beautiful. When I check my sugar, it is fine. You know, and I don't want to go to where I'm just absolutely nothing but leafy greens that, you want me to be honest, right now I can't afford. I mean, I can't afford to get salads, and I love salad, don't get me wrong. I'd eat a salad a day for lunch. Or even if we could just do a salad every night, do one of them Walmart small salads. I'd eat that every night for supper. I'd have no problem with that at all. I love salads. I just, you know, at $6-7 a pop, I can't afford that right now. Not when I can get ramen noodles for 60 cents. BMAC, I don't know if there's a way to talk to the doctor about the program right through the company. Truthfully. I mean, that's the only way I'm on it. I can't afford it. Nah, if I'm getting salad, there ain't no damn kale to it. I want salad. I want lettuce. In which iceberg lettuce is not good for you at all. I mean, it's definitely a lot better than some of the other stuff that you can get, but same thing, Schwoke. Cottage cheese, it's not cheap. You know me, I love my cottage cheese. I love to get the bigger container, and then what I do, I'm the only one in the house that'll eat it. Mama won't eat it. She thinks it's horrible. So I'll get cottage cheese and I'll just sprinkle some pepper on the top and I'll eat. I get a big container and it'll last me for probably 6 or 8 settings. I've actually got pretty good at it. So if that's 6 meals for me, and that's not really a whole meal, but that's 6 settings at $13. 5 pounds. No, that one I'm getting is not 5 pounds. Add what? Pickles or ranch dressing to cottage cheese? Lettuce bothers your stomach? I've heard dark chocolate's better. Oh, cottage cheese with black pepper? No, I love cottage cheese. You're saying add pickles to cottage cheese? Nope. No interest at all. No interest in that at all. I'll just take my black pepper. I don't even want ranch dressing on it. That, to me, that don't sound good. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying it don't sound good. But then again, the first time I had scooter bread and you said it had ranch on it, I kind of looked at you like you were crazy. And I'll be honest, I was wrong. Holy crap. But you don't have just ranch dressing on yours. Yours is homemade. It's a whole different ball game. Well, I'm not going to bash anybody for not liking cottage cheese, Frank. Truthfully, I'm not going to, because cottage cheese is one of them people. A lot of people can't get by the texture. A lot of people can't get by the fact that what it is. You know, I was born and raised around cottage cheese. Corey, they have them little containers that have cottage cheese on a half with some strawberry, some pineapple, or some peach. Oh my God, them are amazing. But hell, I definitely can't afford them. Have to get ready to close. Got you, Schwoke. Got you, bud. Okay, we're going to put this down. We're going to shut it down here, and we're going to go back a lane. Go through 3 tubs a week of cottage cheese. Yeah, I like to get them bigger containers, you know, that big around and that tall. I was born and raised on cottage cheese. We did a lot of cottage cheese growing up. Enter vehicle. Sour cream? You're saying just sour cream in a spoon? You know where I like sour cream, Mary, and here again, I try not to do this because I know it ain't good for me. But you give me sour cream and just straight like tortilla chip scoops or something, and just get a scoop of sour cream with that tortilla chip. Oh man, I love it, but it ain't good for you. In lasagna? Trade Squid, I've never heard of that one before. I've never heard of that one before. That's a new one. I'll be good without Mary. I'll be good without that Mary. What? What was that with her lasagna too, Squid? I have never heard of that one. Oh, excuse me, guys. I have never had cottage cheese and lasagna. I'm not saying it's not good, but I have never tried it. For me, if I'm getting spinach, Lane, I want spinach. I like spinach and do spinach up in like butter and we had one butter and bacon bits in it, and then it had the cheese, the Parmesan cheese you sprinkle on spaghetti. I mean, that was very good. Really, Jedi. I think our plan, guys, is we're gonna get all the wagons down there. We'll try to get that field opened up, inrows done on both ends. You know, maybe get a pass or two done in it, but then we're probably going to come back here. We'll hook onto that air drill, and we'll try to go ahead and get see if we can't get our wheat in real quick. After it's set too long, it says 2 days in the fridge. It's not very good. Oh yeah, cottage cheese with spinach, ricotta, and Parmesan with mozzarella. Corn chips use. I've had sour cream with corn chips too. Them are very good. You know, but not good for you. Not good for you. You guys are dead serious. Lasagna. Okay, so let me ask you this. So if I'm a lot of times when Mama and I do lasagna just for ease, we'll get one of them Marie calendars that's frozen. You just basically throw it in the oven, cook it, and poof, there it is. And that's 2 meals for both of us, you know, and based on the price, we both like it. It's good. I understand it's not homemade. There's better lasagna out there, but Marie Callender's does a pretty damn good job. So let me ask you this. If I had Marie Callender's, would I just take cottage cheese and put it right over the top of it and eat it that way? Serious question. Steve, I gotta be real careful with French onion dip, because I'll get that container and I'll get chips, and next thing I know, there's a bag and a half of chips gone and the entire French onion dip container's gone. Oh yeah, I can get in deep trouble with that. Sprinkle rice vinegar on top of spinach after it's cooked. Never heard of that one either, Corey. I get dry curd cottage cheese, mix in salt and dill, rolled up small crepes placed in buttered casserole dish, add some sour cream. Add some sour cream, not sour cream. Cover and bake until the crepes puff up. Stouffer's lasagna. Me too. Guys, if you remember the other night, I had a bag of Munchos in here. And I've done real good. Like them Doritos that I was eating while Mama was gone. Do you realize the entire time she was gone, 2 weeks, I had bought a total of 2 bags, and the second bag was still here when she came back. In 2 weeks' time, me by myself could have destroyed, and I didn't. I was good. Them Munchos, I opened them up earlier that day, and then that night while I was streaming, I had a few more. Well, after stream, yeah, I finished the freaking bag. I ate the entire bag of Munchos in 1 day. Yeah, I can't be doing that stuff. You could, but in that case, you have cottage cheese on the side, mix it in as you eat. Put cottage cheese in lasagna, and you can also put cream cheese. Well, I can't put, so Corey, you got to understand. We're making lasagna here. It's going to be Miss Stouffer's. It's already made. It's frozen in a pan. We're going to preheat the oven. We're going to throw it in, and there's our lasagna. That's how we do lasagna here. I was debating what I wanted to do right there. So actually putting it in and making it, we just don't do that here. You could, but in that case, you have cottage cheese on the side and mix it with what you eat. Munchos, potato chips. They're called Munchos. They're in a like a orange chrome type bag, and they're a kind of potato chip, Steve. They're amazing. Now I know why your son is a good cook. Why is that? Just warm the cottage cheese on the side. Well, he's on this huge protein kick, B-Mac, as he's lifting weights and this, that, and the other. And I'm going to be dead honest. Man, that kind of diet is not cheap by any means. It is not cheap. There we go. CJ says, I like munchos. Yeah, Darkthorn, I can't, you know, so I ate a bag of air. How's that? I make myself feel better saying that. No, I ate a lot more of them daggone things than what I should have. I will tell you that. Yeah, but I'm going to be honest. BMAC, you can get protein from hamburger just like you can. It doesn't have to be beefalo, buffalo, what have you. Get hamburger. Get tuna. Tuna's an amazing source of protein. What's rigged is a bag of chips is always half air. That's true. Powerlifting all I ate was chicken breast, sweet potatoes, and brown rice. See, Fingo, I'll be honest. I would eventually get tired if that was the only thing I was eating. You guys are killing me with the cottage cheese with lasagna ricotta only. I hate to say it, B-Mac, I don't think this is a fad. I don't think this is something that's going to be gone in a year. I think it's going to be here for a long time. I think we're in for the long haul on this one, buddy. Farmer Plays, I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you, thank you. Angel, that sounds amazing. Put that drink down and sort it out once I get up here and get emptying. Because I got to get my butt moving or I could run into issues on time. Playing Pokemon cards with nephew. I got some Pokemon cards I'd like to get some values on. I've got some pretty nice ones that, you know, they are out. Farmer Plays. They are out. Well, the reduction or mashed potatoes for dinner. Tuna's high in omega-3. I couldn't tell you, Corey, whether I can tell you when I've had blood tests, Damos can't believe my sodium's even on the chart. My sodium generally rings in low. And with the amount of ramen I eat, he's like, wow. He says, you know, something's crazy there. My blood tests are usually pretty good. I don't know if she'll do another blood test this time. I think it's every 6 months. Some type of chicken marsala. I don't know what chicken marsala is. Well, the problem I got, Vix, is for me to come off my collection, I can't go to a local place because they're going to pay at best 50% of value. That is at best. And if I was to go to a show, you know, a lot of those guys, you know, buying a single here or there, you know, they'll pay 75, 80%. But by buying a huge shot like that, I mean, that's where I'm at. All that barking of the teeth. I don't even know what they were barking at for sure, Graham. Indian food. I think you meant graded, not rated. Yeah, and at the cost of having them sent in, PSA just raised their prices again. You know, the cost to have them sent in and have them graded, not worth it. Here's how mine are. They're open stock. This is where we're at. You take it or not. No, they haven't been too quiet, Steve. The whole first hour of stream, I about lost my mind. Yeah, the cost to do grading plus the turnaround time, They just went up again, and you get so many people that you have a few people that do like Beckett. You have most people like PSA. They want everything PSA graded. And when you start getting into high dollar cards, they charge extra. You get charged a premium for it. It's just crazy. Can't believe it didn't save again. We got to come back here to this guy. This is how long it takes me to get moved from one farm to the next. There is an app that I can get and just start scanning some cards and get a value on them. You know, I've got some. I don't know. They'd grade high. They'd definitely grade a 9. You know, and I don't know. I might be getting into some 10s on some stuff. And they're high dollar cards. No, Lane, I don't want semis. That's the whole point of doing what I'm doing. I don't want semis. I want wagons. It fits the whole motif of the farm. Son of a gun. Albert, how are you doing? Welcome in. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to run back and grab that truck. I kind of hate parking this. It's only got 9% in it. It ain't that big of a deal. It's not like I'm stuffed full. I'd like to get a hold of that 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 air drill. But I think I'm going to have to move. Oh, I may not. Hey guys, I don't have to. Before I get the header cart moving, or the grain cart move, Jesus, the air drill moving. I do want to get that truck and those 2 wagons and get them emptied real quick. It is funny, someone 22. What do you mean, Tyler? No, this is Farm Sim 25, not 22. Moving from one field to another is like playing Oregon Trail. It is, isn't it? It is, isn't it? You'd have to have, Tyler, you'd have to have every mod that I've got, and I'm actually playing this on my computer. There'd be no way to do it. These wagons, they empty slow. But remember, I've been playing with these. When you go to empty them, if you do not empty them all the way, you're able You won't have invisible grain. So when we go to empty, I got to leave about 1% in them, and then we're good to go. Hey, Mr. Deaconizer, how are you doing, buddy? Welcome in. I don't, because it drives me nuts, B-Mac. Drives me absolute nuts. You don't understand. They've had so much evidence already given them to them. They don't need any more. I would say it would, Lane. I've never tested that one, but I would say it would. Hold on, guys. It's going to take a minute. Grain carts by Lay's. What do you mean, Lay's, Horsefly? We're going to go down to about 52%, and we're going to stop. And then we're going to move to the back wagon, and we'll go down to about 4% and stop. Frito-Lay. Grain carts by Lay's. Horsefly, right over my head. I don't understand what you're saying. They make chips? I know. Oh, because of the air? Okay. Caught that one. Oh, I didn't see Big's comment. I apologize. When chat gets going as fast as it can get going, I miss things. I'm sorry. I think 2 stops me again. It does. $58, $57, $56, $55, $54, $53, $52. Stop. Oh, I've had it happen in-game stuff. I've had it happen with the fertilizer buggy. I've had it happen with multiple combines, with multiple wagons. I've had some wagons I've never seen it happen to. Others it happens all the time. Klein runs these here and has no issues at all. I run these and I have issues damn near every time. Hot free, nope. I think I got to pass on them, Horsefly. Them would get me in trouble. Yeah, now Horsefly, we've got a place right down here that they make pork rinds. And to drive by the pork rind factory, some people would go, oh my God, that's horrible. And other people would go, oh my God, that's amazing. I'm one of the amazing people. I think it smells really good. Daughter's grandma on mom's side used to work at the one in Michigan. I can't stand, B-Mac. I can't. I am unable to stand for an extended period of time. There's no way I could. 6, 5, 4, stop. No, I've actually got friends that work there, B-Mac. That's not what it is. Yeah, you ain't riding around on a golf cart doing quality control. You're walking down the line and pulling samples, and it's not that. Okay, I think what I'm going to do here, guys, is I'm going to bounce to the air drill, and we're going to get our wheat planted. And then the only 2 fields of corn we got left is this one we're at down here. And we do have the cornfield right there beside the house, but I want to get the wheat in the ground before we turn a day. B-Max, so I've, on our grocery pickups, instead of going and ordering it and going down, parking in a spot and having to bring it out to me, I have been going in and doing the walking and what have you. And I got down there and had a lockup. I was in the aisle, the meat and everything's in, all the rows connect to it. And I had a lockup and I basically, kind of halfway sat on a cooler there for almost a half an hour because I couldn't walk. I can't. It's not that I don't want to. I can't. And I've got some days that are good days. If I was to live stream going down to work on equipment and that, man, there are some days that I do have, and they're good days. And trust me, I got to take advantage of them. And by the end of the day, I feel bad, because I 100% overdid it, but my God, I felt good and I could move and I moved. But I've got days I go down there and I feel bad, and I'll be honest, Alan understands 100% what I'm going through, but it doesn't prevent me from feeling bad that he's out here busting his butt doing something, and I'm leaning against a truck or sitting on a tailgate of the truck and handing him parts and handing him tools and stuff like that. I feel bad about that. You're going to bounce. That might be interesting. So I'll be honest, kind of a mix of the comments there. The whole reason I'm doing what I'm doing when we go to Walmart to get groceries and that is I'm trying to get up and get walking and get moving and get doing stuff like that more. I got an exercise bike out here that I'm slowly starting to get back into things. I'm doing my leg pumps again, which is for the lymphedema. You know, I went a long time I wasn't doing them. Kind of was in a bad place and didn't give a shit, if you want to be honest. I just didn't give a shit, didn't care, and I quit doing them. I've kind of got it through my head. Is this the one I want? No, is this the one I want? That's it. Kind of got it through my head that there's only one person that's gonna help me and work with me to get me off this funk and get me out of this, and that's myself. So I kind of started with me and tried to get my head into a better spot, a better place. And I have done that. I mean, that has helped tremendously. It's on this end. But I don't really want to say I'm taking baby steps, but I'm not just a full out run to try to jump right back in, because all that, oh my God. Oh Jesus. That's just going to get me in trouble. Diet I was on for years was my own diet, and I called it choices. I could eat anything I wanted at all. But I had to keep in my mind that, oh, wait a minute. With, I could have swore no, it won't. Could have swore I could. With any choice I make, there are consequences to that choice. So if I chose to sit down and eat 2 Little Debbies, I love myself. I was fine with that. I just had to understand there was a consequence for every choice I made. And I started getting really good at making some really good choices. I mean, shit, I've lost. Now, granted, I know Ozempic has helped in this. I'm not denying it. But I've lost damn near 80 pounds since all of this stuff started. You know, I'm doing a lot better. Oops. Summer, fall, not quite has come up. No, big. I'll be honest. And understand. I'm not just big, but I know you guys aren't doing that to me by any means. You know, that's not the point. You know, like I said, I for a while there, I kind of got my head in a bad place, and I've for the most part got myself out of that funk. You know, it just takes time. Got you, Vix. Mr. Wookie, welcome in. I've always had a high heart rate too, Mary, but I've never had an issue of passing out from walking. I mean, my God, I went through some stuff in the military and so much mind over matter that this stuff shouldn't bug me at all. There's an issue there, Mary. That's a doctor issue. No, them days hurt. And Schwoke, I'll tell you what. Yeah, I hurt Saturday night too. Bad. I ate too much at Texas Roadhouse. God dang, I paid for it. I will say this. I know everybody can say, well, Ozempic and Trulicity is the same. When you overeat with Trulicity, you don't feel near as bad. Oh, wow. Turn my hazards on. You don't feel near as bad as when you overeat with Ozempic. Guarantee you that. I've been on both. I know they may be the same medicine and everything. They do not make your body, or at least they don't make my body feel the same. I am off Trulicity now. I am on Ozempic. Today was day one of back on Ozempic for the next 4 months minimum. But yeah, Schwoke and I will go and eat a Chinese buffet, and, you know, I understand, hey, stop right here. Oh, I can't stop. It's a buffet. I can't let them win. I got to get my money's worth. And Brady, you got to get out of that headspace. I mean, you're young. You want me to be honest? You and I both applying for a job. I'm 55 years old. You're 18. You got a standing chance. I got a snowball's chance in hell. Right after they let me go, I had one where I felt was a good opportunity. And when I got in touch with them because I hadn't heard from them, I was told you've made too much. We can't afford to pay you that. And I said, well, offer me something. Well, we want you to work here, but we can't pay you what you're worth. That's what I was told. Now, whether that's true or a bullshit excuse, I don't know. But yeah, as you get older and something happens, Where'd you get that cedar? I bought it at the store up there, Chris. They sold it to me at the store. This cedar's, it's right in the in-game mod hub, bud. One day it got to one cedar just over here, the shop center, another upstairs. Yeah, but Schwoke, you told me after I had ate the meal. Hindsight's 20/20. You guys never knew it. You never knew it. But when I lost that job for, you know what? If you put the thing down, it does a lot better job. For damn near 6 months, I bet I only left the house twice. I wouldn't even leave my house. I truthfully, my wife told me when I lost my eye back in 2002 that I slipped in and had a pretty bad case of depression. I truthfully didn't think I did. I thought I was fine. I sat back and thought, you know, depression can't get me. I can get, you know, this ain't depression. I'm fine. I'm here to tell you, depression can smack anybody. It could come out of nowhere and smack absolutely anybody. Because after I lost that job and spent all that time here, I'll be honest, I had a grower that I really liked. And he come to the house one day. He's like, dude, you used to come out to the shop once a week. What's going on? And we got to talking, and I told him about that, and he kind of, oh boy, the easiest way to explain it, we had a coming to Jesus meeting. And I thought, you know, it's time for this to end. It's time for me to, I got to do something. The highlight of my day was coming in here and going live. That's all I had. That's all I had. Or at least that's all I felt I had. I had family, I had friends, I had all kinds of people around me. I couldn't see it. I could not see it. Depression's real. I mean, real. And will I sit here and say I have no depression at all right now? No, not at all. Things are tough right now. But me and my wife are going to get through it because I can't see it any other way. We're going to get through it. We'll be fine. You know, we've got some stuff set up and what have you. You know. Graham, that's exactly how I feel. Part of their philosophy is cases. They found something paid when you paid what you were worth. Get 23, but looking still a bit fuzzy. I'll still argue with my wife that I did not have depression when I lost my eye in 2002. Even though she's probably right, you know. No, I wasn't saying that you couldn't be depressed or not depressed. I had a really good friend in college. The man was a diabetic. He was an epileptic. He was blind in one eye. He had his left arm locked up like this. He had no use from it at all. None. He walked with a limp because they took part of his hip out when they replaced his skull. Parts of his skull. They took them places out of his hip. We'd go down to the bowling alley, and I'll call him Dave. His name was Dave. We'd go down to the bowling alley, and I'll tell you, when he would go up to bowl, oh my God, it was borderline comical watching him bowl. And I remember him coming back. We're all sitting there, and Dave made the comment. He said, you know, every person in this bowling alley, and keep in mind, there's probably 64 lanes in this place. He said, every person here is looking at me, and he says, I don't give a damn. I'm having a good time. That young man changed my life, and he didn't realize how much he changed my life. When I sit here and start belly aching and whining and complaining and feeling like I'm at the bottom and it couldn't get any worse, I think of Dave. And some of the shit that young man's went through. You know why? He had a settlement when he was young. He got a settlement, $120,000, $130,000 to help him get through stuff in life because he was going to need it. His grandpa stole it all. Every penny. Every penny. His grandpa. I mean, really. Really. Let me get my license. My depression gets bad. What? So, so Mary, to me, I look at that and go, but what's that have to do with getting your license? To you, it's got a lot, or you would have went out and done it. You know, the whole thing, it affects everybody differently. That I've learned. But, you know, I don't know. You know, a funny one on my buddy Dave. When we were in college, he worked at McDonald's. He come home one day and he sits down on I think I was on the recliner. He sits down on the love seat. He's frustrated. He's like, I got rode up. I'm in trouble. Like, Dave, what happened? He said, well, he was the guy assembling the burgers. Somebody come in and they wanted a burger with nothing on it. So he went in and he made three of them, 3 hamburgers, nothing on it. So he went in and he wrapped 3 buns, didn't even put hamburger on it. He said the guy said he wanted nothing on it, so I made it for him with nothing on it. He got rode up for that. So damn funny. So damn funny. It's like, Dave, are you serious? Yeah, he was. I'm going to see if I can see if I can make this work right again. Here, 3, 1, okay. Because if I don't, I'm going to be honest, I can't. There ain't no way in heck I can keep up with chat. No problem, brother. Any time getting the license will help you get out more. I know my driving sucks. So less on mess be driving on a heartbeat. Took me 16 tries to get my driver's license. I don't have anything to do with depression, but still. What were you failing, Brady? What were you getting? I'm going to be honest, I ain't got enough seed to finish this field, let alone the other one. Guys, I may have to take a short break and change a daggone TV station. Give them something wholesome. Because I got a feeling we're still on Cops, or Cops kind of showing. We got canines on the TV out there. I don't care to go out and find Ziva tore the TV down. Gotcha, Jared. Gotcha. The written part of the test. Fango, that sucked, man. I mean, I don't think there's a person in here that at some point in their life has faced some sort of depression. It's happened. There may be folks in here that don't realize they faced it, but, you know, I'm going to say at some point, everyone in here in their life has had some sort of, yep. Hey, guys, give me, hold on. Give me like 2 minutes. I got to go out and find a different TV station because I am done with them doing this stuff. I am done with them doing this stuff. Don't go nowhere. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I am back. They were watching a best of K9 on a Cops. So I understand what they were barking at. They're now watching Naked and Afraid. Oh, you ordered me a crisp address sent to me quick. Taking the written part of the license test is really hard to change over the last ever many years. I haven't taken the written part of the test in 40 years, Brady. Makes sense. Right? Don't make show up over it. Watch the naked dogs, the naked people. Well, I've never seen. No, they wouldn't have been naked dogs on there. They'd had their badge and that on. Been fighting presently and missus being hurt, being so. Yeah, and I mean, Jedi, I understand. I do. These are what the heck are you barking at now, guys? This is ridiculous. So how many dogs do you see that are canines from the police force that don't have the chest strap on and everything so that they can hook a leash to them? Oh, we've all been there, Vix. Brady, I don't know who's ever made fun of you, but somebody wants to come in your channel and make fun of you for reading something, they wouldn't be in my channel long. I don't even think I've teased you or anything. I tease a lot of people when they're live and have an oopsie. Yeah, I'll tease and have fun with it, but I never mean anything bad. But I don't think I've ever done that to you. You're quite welcome, Vix. They're either barking in game or they're barking in the living room. I'd close the blinds on the dang French doors, but I'm scared to death I'd go out after stream. They'd be laying in the middle of the living room floor. I couldn't explain that to Mama. We're going to do the field across the road from the house. Then we're going to jump back to the combine. We're going to start shelling more kern. Does it have the milk, Graham? Is it milk? Does Kern have the milk? Most overstressed. You know, so Wookie off of that, when anybody is live or watching a live stream and chatting away, you know, you got that person that's sitting in that room watching that stream, and you don't know what kind of day they've had. You truly don't. And a kind word can go a long way most of the time. You know, something, just that kind word from it may be somebody that's a total stranger, and it can go a long damn way. Kern, it has the milk. That it? Got it. CM, how are you doing, bud? Words don't hurt me. I used to hold the flashlight for my dad. I did too. No, right here. Can't you hold the light right here? Yep. Been there, done that. That sucked. Worst job you could ever have as a kid. Worst job you could ever have as a kid. Prove me wrong. First field of wheat in the ground. Like I say, I would like to do like 3 or 4 fields, but I hate to go overboard not knowing if this will actually work or not. Clearing up sunflowers from a field. Yeah, it was another job that sucked, but how many people did that other than me, B-Mac? That job sucked. No. Can you see it? Yeah, Dad. I can't. No, Vix. It makes you wonder at 6 years old and you're holding the flashlight. Can I smack him right in the forehead with this and get out from under the cart and away from him before he catches me? You still didn't prove me wrong. It's just something else I didn't care for also. But as a kid, how many people in here held a flashlight for their dad versus how many cut sunflowers out of a field? I've got a story. Yeah, here you go. Renegade with another one of his stories. So Dad and I had been back working on the farm. He still had that 75 Chevy Silverado that he ended up giving to me when he bought his new truck. We had just come back. We're working on the cultivator. My uncle he drunk and got it into a fence row, bent the harrow wall to pieces, got into the back of the cultivator. That's how bad he got into it. So we got it back to the farm and we started working on it. Didn't get it quite finished. It was time for lunch. It was Saturday. We wasn't going hot and heavy in the field, so we went home to eat lunch. And when we got home, I didn't want to go back and finish the cultivator. I wanted to go do something else. And he 100%, we're going back and finishing that cultivator. And I, as we get out of the truck, and I hate to say it, I got to stop. As we get out of the truck, and I'm telling him, no, I don't want to go back. And he's saying I would. Well, anybody remembers the big brown tape cassette boxes? I had one that had tapes on both sides. I think it held 64 tape cassettes. And I threw it over to the side of the garage. When I did, the one half of it opened up, tapes went everywhere. And my dad told me, he said, pick it up. No. I said, pick it up. No. And we started slowly, the bed of the truck there, I'm on the passenger side, he's on the driver's side, and we're slowly inching to the tailgate of the truck. We hit the tailgate of the truck, and I took off like a bat out of hell. He took off after me. And I learned that day I could outrun my dad. I could outrun him. He couldn't keep up with me. So I went down to Grandpa's house, 1/8 of a mile down the road. I'm down there screwing off in barns, what have you. And it starts to get to be dinner time. So I come back to the house. So at Dad's house, he's got the front porch and a front door. And then he's got the garage. So you got 2 garage doors and a garage door. Now the garage goes out to the back patio, and it's all an enclosed patio and everything. But there again, it comes into the garage. And then there is a door that went into, it used to be my grandpa's room when he lived there before he passed, but it went, there's like a deck there for the swimming pool that This end of the deck goes into the enclosed porch, and then you could also take the back door into the house. So I come back, and we had corn all the way around the house. Right, Scott had corn in the field beside us, so corn all the way around the house. So I come up, and I'm kind of peeking through the corn. The one garage door is open. There's a lawn chair in the middle of it, and Dad's sitting in that lawn chair. And he had a Pabst Blue Ribbon in his hand. And I thought, I'm going to have to get sneaky. So I stayed in the cornfield, come around back. I snuck up to that door at Grandpa's bedroom. It's locked. It's never locked. That damn door was locked. So I sneak around the house, and I'm telling you, I am hiding in the bushes. I'm in ninja mode. When I get to the front porch, the garage sets back a little bit. It's attached to the house, but it's back a little bit. He couldn't see me. Front door locked. So I sneak around to the back. I thought maybe I can sneak into the garage and maybe sneak into the house and he won't know. Every door to get into that screened-in room is locked. And I realized that there was one way in the house, and it was through that garage door. About 10:30 that night, I gave up because Dad was still in a lawn chair and he was still in that garage door. He didn't have to be to work till Monday. My dad was 100% prepared to sit in that lawn chair in that garage door till he had to go to work. Yeah. So I may have outran him, but I lost that fight. I lost that fight. Used to detassel corn. I hated it. Big yard we grew up. I got to buy $200. Going to all landscaping every summer. One I got a lot since my dad was colorblind. The color wire, red or green. Dad, it's gray. My pop spent 16 Marines in Vietnam twice. He didn't have very PG language. I'm up 200 cows twice a day for 10 years. Does that count? Well, it's Batman growing up. We had animals, and I did help feed. Now we wasn't milking. But we had beef, we had pigs, we had horses, we had chickens, we've had sheep, a little bit of everything, and as well as the farm. That's a tractor, not a truck. What do you mean, Mike? I stay depressed, being in place day in, day out. No, 100%, Darkthorn. I understand 100%. Do you still run today? Me? I'm not even going to answer that. Yeah, Mary, I was screwed. And I finally realized I might as well man up. The longer he sits there, the madder he's going to get. So I finally I manned up and I went and I took my punishment. I mean, it was going to happen. Just man up, go and take it and get it over with. And I did. Yeah, that day I learned two very valuable lessons. A, I could outrun my dad. B, I couldn't outsmart him. Hold on here. That might be Mama. I don't know if she's coming home or staying there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Mama just made my day. So the message I just got from Mama, I told you guys she's up with grandkids. She said staying all night and bringing some kids home midwinter break. Yes. So I answered yes in all capital letters, and I said just don't bring any smelly feet. Tell them clean feet. Just sounded like something dumb to say. I don't know if I'll make it to ATS or not tonight. Your prerogative, Wookie. Yep, she's so my daughter, one of her friends invited her to a mystery dinner theater, which kind of gives her a break from the kids, gives her a chance to get out and do that. So she asked my wife if she could come up and watch kids, so she could do that and get a little bit of a break. And of course, my wife gets a chance to spend time with grandkids, we're all about it. So that, yep, everything's good. Everything's good. No, I don't think we're going to do no makeup stream. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. I'm pretty sure I don't have enough wheat to finish this whole field, but we'll see what we get into. Triple H or Double H, what the heck? You know, Mary, the thing is they get so excited when they get here, and then all of a sudden when they leave, their heart's broken. They have moped around for a bit today when Mama left, because Mama left and I didn't. And, you know, when we had this happen before, now granted, Mama and I left together, but then I came back, but Mama was gone for 2 weeks. She was in Florida. And when she did get back, she went up and she watched kids for 2 days, 3 days, you know, so they have halfway moped around. Well, for the first hour after Mama left this morning, they sat in the windows of the French door and just stared out. Just waiting for her to come back. Nope, not happening, big. Yes, Brady. Oh, gotcha. I'm sorry. I didn't understand that. Farmer William, how are you doing? They're going to be happier to see the puppies, John. They're going to be happier to see the puppies. Chris, how are you doing? Wish I were younger by the time my granddaughter gets that age. I'll be really older. I've got them all the way through the spectrum, B-Mac. I got a granddaughter that's in college right now, and I have a grandson that just turned 1. I've got 2 in college right now. A grandson and a granddaughter. Yeah, but B-Mac, even my grandpa. So my dad's dad. Now my mom's dad, he spoiled me. He spoiled me bad. But like my dad's dad, he's born in 1892. I'm sorry, 1892. Went through the Depression. That man had seen all kinds of stuff in his life. I really, in all honesty, I wish I'd have picked his brain more. We had a lot of good conversations, but I 100% didn't realize how much more of conversations I wished I'd have had at that age. But the one thing I remember of him was setting and playing monkey rum, which is, I'm pretty sure it's just rum, but he always called it monkey rum because his grandson, me, thought it was something special. And he always had these placemats there, and they had tongue twisters on them, and he would try to get me to learn the tongue twisters and all that stuff. And I remember them. I had a damn good time, B-Mac. I really did. It has, Mary. It's been a year. Wife and I have 9 kids and 3 grandkids. I have 2 kids and 8 grandkids. But yeah, my grandpa on my mom's side passed away. He had cancer, and I was in 4th grade when he passed away. You know, Mom and Dad were going through a very nasty divorce. Wasn't real good on me and my sister, and then to have my grandpa pass away, it made things really rough for me as a kid. Really rough. N 9:30? 9:30? There he is, Mary. Screen door's here. We got to come up with a creaking sound like a screen door opening and closing. We can play that every time he comes in. Bales, how are you doing, bud? You know I'm picking on you. Bales is a busy man. Yeah, and have it slam? No. No, I don't need to scare myself. Mary, I understand that. See if next weekend. Never got to meet either of mine. And Aaron, that's kind of one of them. You truthfully don't realize what you missed. There's no way anybody in here can explain that feeling. Truthfully. You know, I'm definitely sorry to hear that. We get these done, and then we've got some long rows. I don't know that I got enough seed to finish. We're liable to have to run down buy more seed. Lost my dad when I was 3, died of cancer. Got you, Wookie. Seen that pop in. I didn't know if that was something I needed to be looking at or. The heck with it. I'm gonna set the GPS line there, and I'm gonna follow the road and hope we don't have any skips or doubles or any of that. Never saw my 2 older kids graduate, meet up the youngest. They get a kick out of him. Oh, exactly. I appreciate that, Wookie. Well, the thing that scares the shit out of me, my great-great-grandma died when she was 92. Hold on. My great-great-grandma died when she was 92. Her daughter, my great-grandma, died when she was 92. Her son, my grandpa, died when he was 92. My dad's 83. And I'm scared to death that my grandpa, 91 years and 3 months old, they moved him from the hospital into a nursing home, and I believe they gave him like a month to live. Said he'd make it 30 days. He made it just over 9 months. He died on his 92nd birthday because he had it in his mind that he was going to die at 92 years old, just like his mother and his grandmother did. Mind over matter. For my mom's dad, anger problem for my dad's dad. That's about Michael's wife, kid from her. Wait a minute, what? My dad, in my grandpa on my dad's side, oldest grandkid biologically. My uncle's wife has a kid. Mary, I'm gonna be real honest. I can't grasp what the heck you're talking about there. You might as well be talking in French to me. That made no sense at all to me at all. At all. None. Zero. Zippo zilch. May have made perfect sense to you. Oh, come on, dang it. Oopsie that one. My uncle's wife's kid is a step relative. Your uncle's wife's kid should be related to you. It's your uncle's kid. So let me ask you this. So me and my sister, our stepdad's name was Bill. My wife, her uncle's name is Bill. Same guy. So growing up, when I would go to Christmas, on my stepdad's side, I had an uncle down the road who is now my father-in-law. I had a cousin who was a cheerleader and I thought was hot as all get out, that is now my wife. My wife's been married twice. I was in both weddings. Is this something from Jerry Springer? Just asking. Is this a Jerry Springer thing going on? That means you're your own grandpa? No, I don't mean that big. That means you've had too much vodka. So, in all honesty, there's a lot of weird stuff there. Fango, you're not right. You're not right. Oh my God. You ain't right. When we went down to get our marriage license, the lady that worked there for the county that did that and my wife were very good friends. And I swear to God, you know, we're standing there and she's filling out, you know, the lady's filling out some paper and she looked right up and she says, "Y'all ain't cousins, are you?" And we just kind of looked at each other and just grinned ear to ear. No, we are not blood related at all. We are not blood related at all. Let me get the banjo out. Yeah, I can remember going up for my Christmas gift from my uncle. He took me on the SS, whatever he called his boat, up to Lake Erie to go trolling for walleye. That was my Christmas gift. And I don't care. Mary, you want me to be honest? I don't give two shits right now. It happens IRL. It's going to happen right here. I'm actually not going and getting it on purpose. But I went from getting that as a Christmas gift as a nephew to just getting invited because I was a son-in-law. You know, I moved up the chain. In her first wedding, I was one of the ushers. I walked. I didn't stand up with the groom and all that, but I walked people to their seats and that stuff. In the second wedding, I bought the upgrade package and moved to the groom. I've never even seen the movie Deliverance. I know nothing about it. I know nothing about it. Fingo, I still can't believe you said that. He terrified a young Burt Reynolds. I don't know if I'll have enough to finish this field or not. We're just going to keep right on going and see. It was the right moment. Why is there banjos playing the tune of Alabama? I'm not getting it. I'm not touching it. I'm not getting into it. Nope. I want nothing to do with it. Nope. I'm guessing wheat fields. Have you seen? So now, Robert, I've seen bits and pieces of Children of the Corn. I've never sat down and watched the whole thing, but I have seen bits and pieces. I would have to say, if you put all the bits and pieces together, I've seen 3/4 of the movie. My nose is itching again. But, Mike, that's actually, in all honesty, them are there on purpose. So I had rocks on, and everything we were going to farm, I plowed it. Kind of played the game that Dad retired. It's going to save, but we'll let it save and then do this. God, my nose is itching. So this is Livingston, and FYI, Livingston does have some issues. Where's farm at? So in a nutshell, all of this right here was Dad's. He owned it. I come in and I cash rented these right here from one fella and these right here from another fella. Dad actually gave me the corner of this property to put a house and that on. So Dad lives here and I live here. The guy that lives down here actually owns these two right here, and he helps us on the farm. So what I did was I plowed every acre. The whole thought was, you know, when you start farming, you don't get a field that's already got a crop in it. It just doesn't happen. So we plowed everything, and I left rocks on. In a normal map, it gives you some rocks, because what I farm in real life, we have some rocky ground here. So I like to have some rocks in. It adds realism to it. The problem is this map, it has a lot of rocks. So over time, I'm going to go into fields and try to knock them down some and get some of them rocks out of there. I just haven't done this field yet. You are correct. There is a lot of rocks there. And I'll come in and I'll get 3/4 of them out. I've actually got a rock bucket that goes on the front end of a front end loader, and I've been going out and playing with that. Show All in the Family has a new meaning after that story. Must be close family. What the world are you talking about? I come from big. I'm almost afraid to look and find it. Give me a second here. We weren't related by blood, guys. Jesus criminy. We couldn't legally be married if we were. Could not do it. That'd be against the law. You ain't allowed to marry your cousin in like 47 states. There's still a couple that may allow it. Not in Ohio. Not allowed to happen. It is hot in this room. To marry your cousin? I was always told marrying your cousin's a good way to get a kid with 3 eyes and 7 toes on their left foot. Oh, that nephew. So while we're at Texas Roadhouse the other day, we're sitting there talking, and you guys know me. I'll go off on a story, just a tangent of a story that's just absolute horse crap, and I just go on and on. And we got talking, and I told him it come up about money, and I said something about I had bought an ostrich farm down in Arkansas years ago, and I said I kind of got myself tied into a company called Ostriches R Us. I said it's kind of similar to a McDonald's, but I said when it went under, I said I lost my ass in the ostrich farm down there. Guys, he bought that hook, line, and sinker. He 100% thought I used to own an ostrich farm in Arkansas, and that I used to sell ostrich burgers at a restaurant called Ostriches R Us. It's common, the people I know that I it's illegal here, married, so I don't know anybody that's cousins and have kids together. And I'm sure if it does happen, people don't talk about it. I mean, you get shamed pretty bad on that. Hilton, Tennessee would let you in their club if you were blood relation. Whirlwind, I thought in Ohio it had to be third. First and second cousins could not marry or anything. I thought that was how it went. Really, B-Mac. Hey, Graham, I bought into that banana cream pie tree farm in Hawaii too. I was an investor in that too. And Mary 100% bought that hook, line, and sinker. She'll sit here now and go, oh, I did not. We had her that night. Not saying a word. You want to know? You want to know why you bought into that, Mary? You kind of had a pretty good feeling I was telling you a line and was having fun, but when Graham jumped in and agreed with everything I said like it was the gospel, you started going, wait a minute, is he telling the truth here? Oh, that was, yeah. What do you mean, what'd you walk into? We were talking about, Graham and I both own a banana cream pie tree farm in Hawaii. A heck of an investment. Man, I've made money hand over fist off that. Marie Callender's is out there all the time wanting to know if I've got another group of pies ripe and ready to go. These old bananas went broke because we kept throwing the bent ones away. Batman, what does Sam Hill? I had to think about that one, Graham. Went broke on bananas. We kept throwing away the bent ones. Oh my God, Batman. Get her, Vix. I already bought a bridge. I got a bridge. I got a bridge in Arizona, Batman. One of these days I'll get down and see it. I'm not going to try to make another trip. I'm gonna move up to the road and we're gonna get some seed down here and get some more seed in this. Husker it is. It's on. How did you know? I bought a bridge. It's oceanfront property in Arizona. And from the bridge I can see the sea. At least that's what the guy told me when I was buying it. John, you're just jealous because you don't own a bridge. Admit it. You're jealous. If you own a bridge, you'd be fine with it. No, from my front porch, I can see some snowbanks. I don't know if I got enough in here to get that or not. Welcome home, Swoke. I don't know, guys. I don't know if I got enough to finish this or not. Dreamers, how are you doing? I do own some swampland down for too. Where you can make your own Gatorade. Really? Really? I call BS on that one, Corey. I don't know if this will let me do this or not. When the big one hits on the Cascadia Fault, I'll have oceanfront property. None, John. I took Shrek out, so they can't play Shrek. We're not going to see Shrek tonight. Not at all. No, actually, we got a brand new truck unveiling tonight, guys. We got a brand new truck unveiling happening tonight. I haven't seen it. Matter of fact, I've got to download it. I haven't even downloaded it yet. But I've got to get it downloaded and get it in there. What's the biggest load of BS I've ever heard? Mary, there's one button right there. I'm pointing at it right there. And if I don't press that button, we don't see Shrek. Uh-huh. It's got the power. I don't think I'm going to have enough. Dang it, Johnny. Dang it, Johnny. Yeah, we had to put the bionic finger away. Bionic finger was going to get us in trouble. You are right. We haven't done the bionic finger in a long time. There's still some voice jump scares that aren't on Lumia Wookie. B-Mac, have a good night, bud. Thank you for hanging out. Good night, we. Who's we, John? Good night, we. I didn't see we say they were going to bed. 6%. It is Friday, if your name is Schwoke. No, too early, Mary. Yeah, I'm sitting here staring at it, Wookie. Do the update in here and see if it makes any difference at all. He's got one in there, foliage destruction, that I don't know that I fully understand what it does. Yeah, I'm pushing it. I'm pushing it to see how close I can come. To see, I'll be honest, I don't know if on this one I can buy single bags or not. I'd rather not have a whole boatload of seed left over, honestly. I don't want to fill that whole bulk trailer up if I don't need it. I don't think the updated PF configurator is gonna do anything for the precision farming on this map. I'm pretty sure that I'm not able to. I had a mod and I don't know if I, yeah, see, I can only get it that way. I am, Husker. I was at one point, well, granted, my certification has expired, but when you're working on the farm, you don't need certification. Do I own a forklift? Yep. Do I say I'm certified to run it? Yep. We'll see if this here will take care of it. I'm going to be dead honest. I don't think there's enough here, but we're going to try it. Probably should have got that bigger skid. But I didn't. Think that'll do it, guys? Think that'll do it? Or am I going to be going back up and grabbing another one? Mary said nope. Mary, I think it'll do it. Just admit it, guys. Just admit it. Just admit it. Say, Renegade, you were right. It finished it. You were right. Admit it. You want to admit it now, or you want to wait for me to finish? Mary can answer now. John will answer in 15 minutes. Guess what, guys? Guess what? Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Even a broken clock. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. Crock. I didn't say nothing bad, Mary. Get your mind out of the gutter. Crock, as in crock pot. You cook chili in a crock pot. Well, you can cook chili in a crock pot. I didn't say anything bad. Get your mind out of the gutter. It's Australian. Batman knew what I was saying. Crikeys, get off of me. Mary, you've been getting your mind out of the gutter. Oh, Bessie. Well, I really wasn't trying to do that, but I'll take it. Get him put away and then get, oh, I gotta get my truck out of that field over there. Don't have to. It ain't hurting nothing. Ain't nobody gonna get to it where it's at right now. Kind of wished I could get inside the barn, see where I'm at here. I think Frank needs to sit in the corner for 5 minutes. Give him a couple crayons to keep him occupied. Let's get down here and shell some kern. Two fields ago, we got the field right here beside us, and then we've got the south field over here. And all the wheat will be planted, all harvest is done. I know, hold on to the excitement level, but from there we get into spring tillage. Fall tillage. We won't be into fall tillage tonight. Apple Blossom will be happy I got Cheez-Its. How's the planting? Well, we only put out 2 fields of wheat, Jaded, because I'm not real sure what could happen with double crop wheat, or well, with wheat, double crop beans on this map. I don't know how that'll work out. So we only planted 2 fields. I'd have rather planted 4 or 5. But I hate to go overboard and find out that we have a glitch. Find out that wheat won't overwinter in this map, and all of a sudden it goes bad on me and I don't even get to harvest it, and I got 2 fields that are absolute trash, you know. What's with you? Because it's still got 9% corn left in it, Mike, from the last field we were in. I just parked it at the house, being it was only 9% and not 90%. I went ahead and parked it at the house. Farmer Rolland, how are you doing? For right now, we're going to run him down here. First thing we'll do, we'll get our end rows peeled off. You know, I wonder. No, I don't. I'm shelling it. I'm shelling it. I wish we could set it up where it didn't make you do the border of the field. I wished we could do that. That way I could peel the end rows off and then hire AI, which would call it Dad, to run the rows going back and forth. That would be a nice mod to add in the game if possible. If that could happen. Me? No, I don't have any animals to do silage. Mike, I'll be honest. I'll fight course play till the day I die. I'm just not into course play. To me, it comes off as farm manager simulator. I actually don't mind running the combine. I actually enjoy it. Oh, I'm not over far enough. Come on, Bessie. Yeah, guys, I'm not interested. You can try to sell me on it. I have no interest in course play at all. What I need to do is figure out for sure what map this is actually going to be on. Because I don't think it's going to be on Livingston long term unless we get a couple things fixed here. I got a feeling the whole farm and equipment's simply going to get moved to a different map. But once I get to there, got a couple guys that asked me about playing on this and with me. So maybe get some mods to them and then have a couple people on the map and not have to fiddle fart around with it, not worry about it. You know, you got somebody to run a grain cart. You got somebody to run the wagons. You got somebody to run the combines. This here, Vix, I've actually already had a group of big red farmers that have talked to me about it. Fango, I'll be honest, I have not, you know, when I got off the PC Friday night, I was done. I have not been on the PC at all until today. I do still think back roads, it's back roads, not backwoods. Back roads is the map. That seems to be the one we have the most interest in. So I got a feeling that'll probably be our map we're going to run. All I got to do, I've already got all the mods in there. I have to make sure there's no updates. If there is, we'll update those mods that are in there and then put a map in and it's ready to go. I've got till Wednesday to get it rocking and rolling. I can get a link right off there once I get the map in, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be back roads. This corn head just seems like it's about to come apart on me. Hear how bad that thing sounds? Advanced damage is fun, Jaded, but you can't play it on multiplayer. You got to be on a single player map. Cannot use it on multiplayer. We found that out the hard way. Am I really against that tree? I didn't think I was. Yep, I'm she shut right off on me. I didn't think my damage was that bad, but if you remember, this started happening last time. I know there's a mod out there that's a toolbox. You can just put the toolbox in your truck, but I had mod conflicts with that. when we took it out, we didn't have the problems we were having, so I've never thrown it back in to give it another shot. But that's the one we narrowed it down to as being the issue. That was a long Saturday afternoon. I mean, it was nice being able to have a toolbox you throw in the bed of a truck and just run down and you could fix something, but I'm not a big fan of the fuel tank that apparently is an entire workshop. Never been a huge fan of that one. I like using it as a fuel tank, but I don't think on this farm I've even got a fuel tank, and I probably should have one, but hell, everything's so daggone close together that, you know, I'm by the house enough. I've got fuel at Dad's, I've got fuel at my place. If I wanted to, I'm sure there's fuel on this farm here, and he's not farming anymore. I'm cash renting it. He actually said I could use the barns down here to store stuff in, but I really don't have a bunch of stuff sitting outside between my house, and most of what we got at Dad's is Dad's stuff, but it just fits pretty well. I got a mod that you get out of the vehicle and press in to go into vehicle customization screen. I have no clue what you're talking about, Jaded. You just do it from anywhere on the map? We definitely ain't gonna get this field done tonight. Did I get too far away again? My God. Next to the vehicular implement. What's the name of that mod? I don't know that I want to run it. That kind of takes away from... I've been trying to be even more realistic, use super strength to a minimum. Not tab between tractors. I will use the map and jump, because you can kind of pretend that somebody gave you a ride to get there. I'm not seeing a point row anywhere. Son of a gun. Yep, right there's a point row. Right there's a point row. See how we're a little wider to the left right there? So now my job is to, I'm going to stare at this combine clear to the other end of the field as I do everything I can to keep that last snout right there in that row. Thank God there's not jump scares on YouTube. I'll run this way clear to the other end. Now I do have one round to put on the other end, and those end rows are done. That's the whole reason I moved the grain cart down there. Now I'm kind of hoping that when I get to the other end, I'm kind of hoping that maybe I'm at like 45%. That means I can make one round and the combine's at 90. I'll make one round and dump. My luck is I'll get down here and I'll be at 52%. Corn right here is going just over 200 bushel an acre. Anywhere from 202 to 206. I'm at 32%. I'm getting to the end. About 36%. Puts me over 70% each pass. It makes sense to go right ahead and dump when I get to the end. Make a round and dump. So we probably really won't have a lot of use for the grain cart in this field. Ain't heard from her in a while. My guess is she is with her other friends. She dumped us for her other friends again. %30, guys. In all honesty, I think I can get back to the other end. Long as I'm less than 70%, I should be able to make it back to the other end. Is that what it is? Hold on, I'll try. I'll try the Mary call. I ain't say a word. Chat said it, Mary. We're going to give her a heck of a shot. Mobile workshop. Hell, I can't see where I'm at. There we go. Excuse me. You know, I'm gonna be real honest here. Oh, right, I remember. So when we get back the other end, guys, we're going to get the tractor and wagons all pulled down here to the end. Let me hide that one right there for a minute so you can see bushel per acre. I mean, the map is clearly showing orange. And if we're doing 204.5, I mean, that's pretty daggone good. 94%. We may not make it, guys. We're not going to make it. We're going to come close. Stop before we get cab kern. I think you need a new combine. Why? Beta testing it, Farm Brothers. I'm beta testing it right now. Remember, because anyone else think Fix needs to put the vodka away? I still think you need to put the vodka away because I have no clue what you're talking about. I'm at a total loss. This is Livingston. Livingston has some issues. The gentleman that made it, it's the very first map he's ever done. It is on itch. There are some issues. Precision farming is currently broke in it, but he is working on it to try to get it right. No clue how long it'll take or what have you, but we're going to go ahead and just run basic season or two through it. When it stops saving, there is the map. It's just a regular 2X map. And we're kind of on a red dream farm setup. I've got a green dream farm on Ray County that I've got shit ton of hours in it. And I wanted something a little different. So, lo and behold, we've got the red dream farm. No, John, the combine doesn't sound broken at all. The head needs to be greased, but that's not the combine. That's just the head of the combine. That's in the mod. And man, I know gathering chains make some noise, but Jesus criminy, not as much as them make. Yep, Farm Brothers, I'll be honest, this is a very nice map. I mean, it really is. It gives you a realistic feel, which is what I like. I'm not big into a map that's all flat, no trees, all square fields. That's just not me. I want to have, when I get into a truck and I drive down the road in a map, I want to feel like I'm driving down the road right outside here. That's what I want to feel. And this gives me that feel. Ray County gives me that feel. To a small point, Gage gives me that feel. Carl Farms has one coming out that's going to be a remake of Seneca County from 19, and from stuff, pictures and that I've seen of it, it looks like he's done a really, really good job with it. It'll be very interesting to see once it comes out. Am I going to have a row of shame the entire length here or not? I am not. Not as worried about the tractor and the grain cart down there. We can move it back at any time. Narrowing your mods down by 50-50 method. I have no clue what that is, Vix. What is it you're trying to find? You're trying to find why precision ain't working? Because the map's broke. You don't need to look at any mods. The map's broken. Klein actually spoke with the map maker and realized there's problems, and the map maker is working with a couple of different people that are very experienced map makers to try to get a few things to work right. But not only is precision broke, but you got some mods that ain't working right because of that. Aaron, I'm getting excited. There's some stuff going on in the background there. I'm getting excited about that one. So I asked, what does it have to do with, Vix? What is it that's the problem? You sure it's a mod and not the map? Because we were having the same things. Hold on, Vix. What'd we pull out? Oh, are you running the crop rotation mod? Crop rotation mod crashes this map. Crashes it bad. And the crop rotation map, the crop rotation mod will work on some maps. Batman was using it on a map the other day and had 0 issues at all. And in here, you couldn't save, you couldn't anything. I was getting Lewis script errors. I had all kinds of issues. All kinds of issues. Never used it. I mean, it's brand new. It just come down a few days ago, and it was in the in-game mod hub. But it is not. And the guy that created it, when Klein reached out, when they figured it out, and Klein reached out to him, he was actually working and realized something's not right here, and they started looking at the log file that I had, and they're like, oh my God, that needed update. It forces you to actually put a crop rotation, so you can't just do the same crop year in and year out. You know, you get out west and you do have some corn on corn acres and stuff like that, but in my neck of the woods, we don't do a lot of corn on corn. We don't, you know, we run a rotation, and usually it's corn to beans, to wheat to beans, to corn to beans, to wheat to beans. You're always running something different. When you run the same crop over and over again, so you'll have insects come into your standing cornfield, and they're laying eggs, and for the disease triangle to work, it's a triangle, and you have to have excuse me. You have to have the proper weather, which 50-50 chance of that. You have to have a host crop. Well, if you've got corn and the insects were laid in it, you got the host crop, and then you have to have the actual insects there. And that's where that whole corn back to corn thing comes into play. You know, corn rootworm is really bad on the corn back to corn acres. So they'll run it. They run a lot of corn back to corn out west, where here we don't. You know, corn, some insects like the corn borer, they're actually going and they're laying eggs in the bean fields, trying to adapt to the crop rotation we're doing. That tells you how these insects are doing things. And but what the crop rotation mod, it actually gives you a yield bonus. You know, if this field was beans last year and I planted it to corn this year, the beans, being it's a legume, has nitrogen nodules in the roots, in the root balls, and what it does is it will leave some nitrogen in the field. The corn, so people automatically think, well, the nitrogen's there for the corn. That's not really what's happening. You have microbes in the soil, and when you put when you have that down, you have them beans in there. Them nitrogen nodules are actually feeding them microbes, which keep them working and moving better. So then your crop residue, so in other words, the residue from the beans that you shot out the back of the combine, it works on that more, and it breaks that down. Well, that's loaded with fertilizer. And as you break that down, now you have a little more fertilizer that is readily available for the corn crop next year. You know, now you're supposed to give that corn a 30-pound nitrogen credit. So if I had beans in this field last year and my goal nitrogen rate for the year was 210 units of nitrogen, I'm liable not to end up needing to put 210 down. State of Ohio tells me I only need to put 180 down, so you can save some money on that. Have a good night, Braden. How are you doing, Posy? But that's how the crop rotation mod is supposed to work. And if you do like that little bit of realistic side to things, it fits. It's a good fit. But, you know, there is a glitch with it. It doesn't play well with some maps. And I believe it's the maps that have custom crops or something like that on it. I don't fully understand what it was Klein was saying. But Klein and I were talking about it and narrowed it down. That's what the problem was. So, you know, I'd love to have it. I'd love to use it because I run crop rotation in every map I do. That is part of the realism side of things that I am interested in. I'll shut that down once again so you can see we're sitting right in that 205 bushel an acre area. Well, it ain't necessarily role play. I'm not doing role play by any means right now. I'm just playing by myself, but I'm wanting to play realistic. I'm wanting to play the way I do IRL when I'm actually on the farm. But guys, if you haven't yet, huge favor, hit that thumbs up. That like does nothing but helps the stream, helps the video out. And if you're not a subscriber, huge favor, consider hitting that subscribe button. Does not cost you pennies. Right down at the bottom of the screen. We're pushing like heck, trying to get to that 1,500 subscription mark, and all you'd be doing is trying to help me reach a goal. We need what we do need to do is we need to get a grease mod for the daggone corn head on this combine. I'm going to go out and get rid of this this corn head. I'm going to find me a corn head that's 20 years old. That, you know, I know you're just hearing the gathering chains work. That's all you're hearing. But man, realism to me isn't role play. Role play to me is you have multiple people playing and you're getting in and out of vehicles and talking to each other and all that stuff. That's role play to me. Congratulations, Braden. Good deal. Good deal, bud. I actually, for your sister, does she use you for the wrestling buddy at the house? She practices her moves on you? I got the pics of the post-it notes from where we played Monteith. Yep, I've never tried a true role play situation. The closest that I've ever come to true role play would be Tahitian in 22, where we had myself, Schwoke, Smethwick, Coburn, and Demonic Dragon all had our own farms, farmed them our own ways, you know, and I guess that was role play because, you know, there were times that I went up near Coburn's house and I pulled up, or not Coburn's, but Schwoke's, and he's in a field there, and I pulled up and he stopped and got out and we acted like we were talking. I mean, that to me is role play. No, I'd get pinned and hurt bigger than day. Chicken. Yeah, I guess I've never heard it that way. When I watch someone that is doing role play online, it's that thing that you're playing a role. You know, you could be. We were going to start it up in Midwest Horizons, where we actually had one or two guys that they weren't going to do anything but work at the co-op. So when you had a field that you needed sprayed or spread or what have you, you went down there and you talked to them, and then they would go do it. You know, that's what what I thought it was. So Posy, I've always called myself realism plus. You know, if I get in a sticky situation, I'm not going to tell you. You've all seen me. I've used super strength to get in or out of something. It happens, but I'm trying in this map to, when I go to move seed around, I'm using a forklift. When I go down and buy seed at the co-op, I want to use a forklift to load the trailer. I still ain't got that trailer yet. Eventually, I need to get that bought. Outlaw, how are you doing? Yeah, that's what I was always told it was, Vix, but hell, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I only know what I've been told. You know, I've always tried. So I'll show you. So I have seasons off, and the only reason I have seasons off, if I turn seasons on, you can't plant wheat and then turn around and double crop beans in it. And I can in this area. So by leaving seasons off and leaving it like this, as long as I don't cheat. So I don't go in, I put my anhydrous down in March on any acre going to corn. In April, I'm planting corn. Then I switch over and get the beans in the ground. 100% legit. I'm spraying in May. You know, when it comes time, I pull my wheat off. Generally, that's July. I double crop beans then in July, and I should be able to take them off in November. Oh my God. And while I'm sitting there doing that, the damn combine. I don't understand this. See, my maintenance is just down enough on the combine that it's starting to shut me off. Well, we got a playthrough going on Gauge and Outlaw. On one hand, I really like it, but on the other hand, I don't care for it. It's a nice map. Don't get me wrong. I'm definitely not going against it. It's a nice map. It's a red thing. You'll get used to it. I can't put a Deere on, I can't put a John Deere combine on a red dream farm. Doesn't work that way. I don't know. The Deeres we got in here, you can't put fuel in them. So I come awful close to putting a red combine on the green dream farm the other day. At least I can fuel them up when they're out of fuel. Yeah, we're going to have some kern here. We got a pretty good chunk ripped out of the center of it. We're going to end up having to shell some kern offline. S790 is too new for my playthrough, Wookie. Doesn't do me any good. At the date of my playthrough, the S790 wasn't invented yet. You know, I'm following certain years, so I can only do certain combines. You know, I could buy an X9 and throw it in too, but in 1985 we didn't have an X9 out there we could run. This playthrough here is actually set a little newer than what the John Deere one is. I mean, the John Deere one, the newest stuff I've got is the 30 series tractors. And I tried the 9780, 9870, the 9760, the 60 and the 70 series. I can't get them to refuel. And what makes no sense whatsoever, Klein and FP Both went on Ray County with the same exact combine, and they got it to refill. I have a mod causing a conflict. That's my whole issue. Yes, I do farm in real life. We actually stream anything that we get into in the spring, in the fall. We stream all that stuff over on the Twitch channel. I was born and raised back in the day when my dad, my grandpa, and my uncles all farmed together. We were farming about 2,500 acres. You know, we're talking mid-late 80s there. In that time frame, that was a huge farm. You know, hell, you can find 20 of them in the county now. You know, at that time, the only person even close to our side, there was a guy named Nixon, lived down south of Wapak, and he was farming about 5,000 acres. I mean, he was a big farm. I remember he bought a John Deere 7200 24-row corn planter, and then you just didn't see them in this area at all, ever. And when he got it in, me and my grandpa and my great-grandpa all jumped in my great-grandpa's Lincoln and drove down to see it. You know, 2 years after that, Nixon went broke and lost everything. I do remember that. No, it wasn't Richard Nixon. But T7, what is it? Ain't that a Ford tractor, Wookie? The thing I don't like about the Fords, that front axle looks like it's out and underneath the weights of the tractor, and that could be a very good thing. I just don't like the looks of it. Don't look right to me. Did they just both shoot off the bed again? Yeah, they're going to run out there and bark at something. Oh, the T71. Not the T7, the T71. That's been out. That's been out for a bit. Gleaner dealers across the United States, the most any dealer could get was one. And I'm not saying that a dealer didn't sneak and get a second one. I can tell you my dealer did not get one. If they'd have got one, I'd have went up to at least take a look at it. But it looks good, and it's a nice machine, but it's not a class 10, 11, 12 machine. I'm going to assume that it is a class 7 machine, being it is a 71. But for being a class 7 machine, it's a beast. It's a good one. I'm going to try to knock out another round here. Now, the ground we have left, anything in corn stalks, we'll pull the accelerator across it, vertical tillage tool, try to break them corn stalks up. All the fields that are corn will go to beans next year. We did put 2 of our bean fields over to wheat. We'll take what we've got left of the bean fields and we'll get some corn fields figured out. Between now and next planting, I am going to take those 2 pastures that are off and on that side lane. I am going to take them. Nope, wrong button. Oh, come on. So field 40, clear on the right-hand side of that map. Between 40 and 41, there's 2 great big pastures there that we don't need them as pastures. And I am gonna put a couple fields in there. That's the plan, at least. Class 7. Yeah. Oh, trash guys here picking up trash. Yep, your class is you're between your horsepower and your grain bin capacity is where you get your class at. So the 9RX, it's actually a class 9. It's 2 classes bigger than that. I believe your AF11 is a class 11. I mean, you're just getting crazy. Batman, what map were you running that crop rotation mod worked? I know the map he was on, the crop rotation mod worked for him. You're barking at the garbage man, guys. Enough. Jesus. I'm located in Ohio. Hit that button one more time. Guys, if you haven't, huge favor, hit the thumbs up on the video. Just helps with the video, with the stream. And if you're not a subscriber, consider hitting that subscribe button. I'm pushing like heck to get to that 1,500 mark. We do lives over here Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday from 7 to 11. And we do try to put out a short every day. I've already got the entire month of February done. I'm going to start working on the month of March now. Trying to learn DaVinci Pro to learn how to do some video editing and maybe put a series together that you get an episode comes out once a week. Slow but sure, we're working on it. What's the garbage man doing on Sunday night? He's picking up our trash. That's our trash pickup night, Mig. You were on Arkansas? I'll be honest, Vic's, Batman's the only one I've heard that had the map that was working right. I don't know the Arkansas 4X map. Is that a Patreon paid for map, Batman? Thank you, Aaron. I think we hit 68 or 69 the other night. Mod Hub? They got a 4X map on the Mod Hub? Huh. Enough, Gibbs. Dude. $97. Guys, it's right there at that 11 o'clock time frame. That's where we're going to call it tonight. We will be live in 30 minutes or so over on Twitch. We're going to run a load of ATS tonight. Probably just run one trip. Try not to run till the butt crack of dawn. But we'll run a trip over there, and there's a chance I'm liable to come back here and maybe shell a little more corn on this map before I call tonight. I don't want to be up all night, but I'm really getting into this, and I need to get some of this off so we're not we're not shelling corn for like 4 streams. Guys, we'll be live here this week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7 to 11 over on Twitch. We'll be back here Tuesday and Thursday, 7 to 11. Probably going to stick with Livingston over here, and probably the Green Dream Farm on Twitch is the direction I'm going. Wednesday, I'm really hoping I've got the community map up running and we can start doing community Wednesdays again. With any luck, we won't lose everything like we did last time. So, kind of sucks to be halfway through year 2 and everything you've done, every hour you've put in just disappears. That kind of stunk. But anyhow, with that being said, guys, have an amazing night. Stay safe out there till we get a chance to do this again. Renegade Nation, I love you all.